Um, I remember that day we was going through papers, and this was at the old house, Elsinore, at the laundry room, and it had all those papers in it, and you found H&M records. Like, I'm trying to think of what kind of paper it was. It was because it had y'all names on it. I think it was like an LLC kind of paper, like for like management. I think. I'm
We
not really
had well,
sure.
we had we was registered, but I don't think we was a LLC, but we were registered.
I
Um,
do.
I
That might
remember
have
us
been what it
doing that
was.
part, and we should have did the LLC and trust and all that stuff. Still should be. So, um, whatever it was, we actually we didn't know. So we did what we thought we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so we thought we were supposed to go register this thing. We didn't know you're supposed to have the LLC and trust and funds and all that kind of stuff. And plus, we didn't have any money, man. And you know, we making we really poverty at this point. I mean, we're making. I mean, at this point, we're not making any money other than
Like working
well, I didn't have a job. I was doing
studio.
studio,
You had studio time money.
and,
Yeah,
and I was
that's
poor at that, boy. I mean, really. Let me tell y'all something about being an entrepreneur.
it's tough.
The reason that most people never become an entrepreneur is because it's too damn hard. Now, with saying that, does that mean it can't work? No, because you see it all the time. But the average person is not going to dedicate the type of time it takes to do that.
No, man. That me. I just got. I just got to fix it. My bad. Okay, it was cutting your head off, and it was killing me.
Okay.
Because it was just like half hit, and I'm like, I didn't angle that right, but
did you get the message? That's my point.
yeah,
You
man,
know,
it's a difficult process, man. For
so you got a
any
lot
of us.
of to be that's why a lot of people just go punch the clock, man, because it's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier to put up with other people's bullshit and punch the clock than it is actually to be responsible for everything. And trust me, when you have a business, you start having people work for you, you got a whole bunch of other liabilities coming, brother.
All of them. 3, 2,
Two,
1.
one. Where?
Welcome back to another episode, you guys, of Now and Then.
Now and then.
Yes, we are your hosts for today.
Uh-oh.
I'm Ike on the 808.
And I'm Willie J.
And we will be your two favorite professional fans today,
Boogity.
giving our beautiful opinions that nobody asked for.
Ain't nobody asked us a damn thing, but you know
we're gonna
what?
give it though.
We're going to give it anyhow.
But anyway, for today's episode, we actually have an interesting take on my man sitting over here to my right. Okay, this is Willie J's production, man. You really stepped out there. You was in the industry for real.
Well, I did a little something. I tried.
It's a surprise guest in here that'll pop up, and we'll shout them out once they come up. But we'll because right now it's a little hazy, so we're gonna play it from the beginning. But oh man, this is funny to me because I've always known this man to be a different person for technology. Like I've seen him put computers together, drives together. I've seen him work a camera, so for him to tell me, hey man, I was really doing my thing back in 91, 92. I was like, wasn't even there yet. I was born 97.
Yeah.
So 5 years before he was doing his thing, man. So if you can, while we playing it or even beforehand, could you give us a little background as to where it came from or the idea stemmed from?
Now, if you look at this piece where you got it stuck at this point, which is good, the guy that's facing us with the blue shirt on, that's one of my writing partners. Now, I'm gonna give him his due because the boy was good. Okay, and most of the stuff that we did, he wrote a lot of it, because he was a much better writer than I was. And he was the person that taught me how to do background harmony and how to blend horns and strings and stuff together. So I went on to learn how to do that. So this particular song here, there's a third guy that me and this guy befriended. And this guy is young, and his parents built him this studio. And we was like freaking out. We like, and your parents just built you. He said, yeah, man, the whole basement is all my studio. And so his parents had money.
Ooh.
And so he lived in the affluent part of Baltimore, right?
Okay.
And so we go over to his house, man. He's got all this stuff laid out. And he was not bad at writing.
Okay.
He was a bass player by trade.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So he was doing his thing, man. He was letting us hear some of these tracks. And we was like, you know what? Some of this stuff is nice.
Okay.
So this song showed up. And all it was doom, 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 bass line. So
this is still exciting to me, y'all.
While that was rolling, me and Alan was just talking, not knowing that Gerald is recording stuff. See? So he's recording us talking and he's recording us singing. And so that's how he got the harmonies and stuff. Because once he got our voices, he just put them in the sampler and stepped them up and stepped them down until they blended.
Okay.
And then when you hear them, they just sound like we did it like that. I mean, this dude, he was just working his thing. And so we came up with this song and we just called it Dance.
Okay. For y'all out there that don't know what sampling is.
Oh, my bad.
No, I know, right? I forgot about that because there's people out there that might not know. Now, sampling, when I guess in your particular case, we were talking about vocals, right? Pitching vocals up and down. So you're taking
you take the person's actual vocals that they've done.
Yep.
And then you sample them, you record them into the digital recorder called a sampler.
Yes.
And then once you do that, you could play around with the voices. You could blend them. You could make them a third from one another. You could make them a fifth. So in other words, you could make them blend. And it was easy to do once you learn how to do it. And we was good at this stuff, man. I mean, but this is all we did. I mean, I did this 24 hours a day.
Right.
I didn't do anything else but this.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I'm going to say at this point,
I lived in the studio, because it was in the basement anyways. And so
that was in itself
cool.
Was a time. Had to have been a different type of just vibe though. Like it could be good, it could go bad, but for most of the time, it probably could have been a good creative time. Depending on who you have, of course.
Brother, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. And he told me today, you got to let stuff go. But that show we did in 1992,
we're gonna show y'all. Well, oh no, it's not in this video, but we're gonna show y'all. Don't worry, we'll get to that eventually. It's coming soon.
Anyways, if I'd have been the guy I am today, we'd have made money off of that whole thing. We would have did the same thing we did, except we would have did it different. The same way, different. There's a few things you can just rattle off. First of all, I wouldn't have let nobody come to the event for free. Okay, number one.
Got to get paid for it. Come on.
Okay. Now, I done paid for your airfare and then paid for your hotel. I done paid, stupidity run deep, brother.
Okay.
Let me tell you, don't get it twisted,
Okay.
And I didn't even have enough sense to meet these people and sit down and talk with them and tell them what I wanted. Didn't even cross my mind to do that. Didn't even cross my mind. I thought that they would look at what we had done, see the merit, and say, man, these guys are good and want to hook up with you. The total opposite happened. They saw what we was doing, like, man, we can't work with these fools here. So they'll take over. Because, because we had a whole production team.
I'm about to say, yeah.
We had a full production team. There wasn't nothing we couldn't do. Musically, we could do it.
Yeah,
I don't care what it was.
That's the good thing. That's the great part about that they had in the business. They had a full team already.
Oh yeah.
So the team coming to the table is like, okay, so this is what we already have in
And
mind
then
for
all of
this.
us could write music.
And that's another thing. Everybody could write their own stuff.
Everybody could play at least two instruments.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, we was versed in a lot of different ways, man, and
See that?
blessed.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
for them to have come through a lot of different, they gained a lot of experience. That's why I told them you got certain things
What we
at this
spent
point
some-
you got to let go because there's no sense in
Can't tell you
holding
how
on
many
to it
hours
now.
you just, you know, this is why I love editing as far as with the video, because it reminds me of the music editing. And I'm gonna tell you, man, that music editing, you can do some miracle, man. If you take the time to really
I was
work,
about to say, yeah.
to really work. I remember one time
If you put that time into it, you can.
I wanted my horn to sound like a Miles Davis was playing, but I didn't want to sample
Miles Davis.
well because I couldn't find a sample to fit what I wanted.
What you wanted, yeah.
Right?
Because
But I wanted that
created.
that thing that he did. He would run notes. I wanted that. It took me 3 days to do that, and the run wasn't that long. But I had to get my fingers. I had to learn how to do the keyboard until I get it right, and then you got to put the right sound in it.
There's a lot that goes into trying to configure sounds on things that aren't the instrument.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to put different things in, like if you're trying to put strings on a piano, each key can be a different string, a different chord, different section. So at this point, you're trying to manipulate the sounds to come together.
Now some people do that. Some people used to take, and you could program a keyboard to where a certain section of it strings, a certain section of it is bass, certain section is drums. So while the drummers and everybody is playing, the bass player is playing, you might want to play along with them. So you got a bass mode sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and a lot of keyboards had what they call zones.
See, and that's still nice to be able to jump in and out of a section or a piece creatively. It's just a different.
Now the
different
ball game is so different now that you got Cubase. When you say Cubase, that's just like saying going out in space. The only limit it got is when you run into something
that you haven't.
That's it.
Understood.
As long as you don't run into nothing, keep rolling, baby.
Yeah.
And I mean, so now you got real guitars and real. Man, I mean, Cubase got so many piano sounds. I mean, grand pianos. I mean, which is so great because
and you guys would have had to either bring
tell
the
piano
difference.
or
find
it.
Yeah,
you have to bring all that stuff, man. And that's why a lot of them rock guys, they love the Hammond 3B. And so man, that sucker was the big joint with the Leslie. So they always wanted that thing, man. That thing was hell to work with because you had to carry that and the foot pedals and the Leslie, and that stuff was heavy.
I was about to say, I know it had to.
Oh yeah, man.
I had to weigh a few.
I doubt if me and 4 guys my age inside could pick one. We used to carry them things, man. 2 of us would carry.
But it was heavy then.
Yeah, we were just strong.
But still, it still wasn't easy.
Yeah, man.
I know it had to take. Eventually, a third person might show up.
And we used to take. Man, I lived on the 3rd floor, or sort of. Well, it was supposed to be the 2nd floor, but they didn't count the first one. So 3rd floor. I had a Fender Rhodes 73. I used to put that thing on my shoulder, man. Carry it up and down the steps. Sure did. I sure did. I used to hoist that thing up on my shoulder, go up the steps with it, and that's how I got up and down the steps with it. Got to have a certain mindset to do that. It ain't like I just went in the room, just grabbed it. That mentally I had to prepare myself. But I could do it. Not now.
But you're right though. It's a mental thing.
It's got mental got a lot to do with it.
Yeah. Sure. It's got to. Can't without your mental, you wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that happen because your mind has to be prepared to take that thought, move it throughout your body.
For what? We need to let them see.
We do need to.
Okay, let's let them roll it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, roll the video, y'all. Mind you, we had no idea.
Okay. This particular part is muted.
Well,
what
supposedly,
was going on in this particular part?
Okay, the name of the song was Dance, but it had a part in there say "Feel for you, baby. We know you feel for you." So supposedly, she had a problem with her man, and he had left her in the club, and she was feeling all scared and hurt and all this. Now, mind you, this club where we were got shut down a week later because somebody got shot and killed in the damn club. Okay, now this club was rough, boy.
You didn't tell me that.
So, and that's why, yeah. So, anyhow, man, I mean,
But it wasn't open the week.
I mean,
Okay. I think that's enough. Okay, I think that's enough. Roll the song.
Kiwi bro.
we thought we would get busy too, boy.
When me and Phil got together, tried to do a song, departure from what we normally do.
I mean,
So
He was
good for
well.
the
It
kids,
was
good for the gang.
we were working it. What? You dance like that night, you get thrown out the club.
It was, yeah, boy, working, yeah. Y'all was hot. Y'all was hot.
Thousands of recording studios, pressing plants,
And then at the end, when we get our rap thing on,
They was, hold on, y'all,
at the end we
They
get,
in
we get
there.
our rap thing on,
but they working it.
and I didn't know the first thing about rap.
But these people in here just think,
And I can literally say this song made me money.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it made me money. A whole lot.
A&R men, music company presidents, promotion men, and DJs. There are thousands upon thousands of people in the music business, but none of them are important unless they have a song.
It's quite a departure for us, but we did it anyway. We're bloody full. And
My
we-
boy, the sweater was
we
getting
like
down though.
House, club, whatever you want to call it. That's what we were doing.
For without a song, there are no music companies, no records sold, no radio stations playing the hits, and no music jobs for thousands of people. The songwriter is the central figure in this business.
You know what?
Word.
All this.
What's happening?
What I was thinking about earlier when I saw this, I said, the thing that was interesting, all of those people there, so Shirley and myself, I mean, we influenced all those people to come to that spot and to participate in what our dream. And I think that's kind of interesting. You can
Yeah,
actually
that's
have-
what I'm saying.
that
Like
thing.
this, that has a lot of positivity to come from.
Yeah, to be enough to do that is remarkable.
You brought people together. They
Yeah.
had a good time
Yeah.
working for you and with you. But you got random folks to come together
Yeah.
to enjoy
And
themselves
then
for a
people
production
that
that you
knew
put
people
together.
will say, "Yeah, I'll bring so and so." Because we were telling them, "Look, don't bring nobody that don't look the part." That's why everybody kind of had the same, and everybody dressed disco-ish, So, and they brought the outfits and stuff. I mean, everything was set up in the club for them, so they could do that. But I just think that I just appreciate that. That was really. Some of y'all might see this and say, "You know what? That was me," and I hope you do. And if do. Power to you, man.
Shout out.
Live long.
Prosper.
You ain't getting not off of me.
Feel for your baby. Feel for your baby. You know I feel for you. Feel for your baby. Feel for your baby.
That was his change. This has got to be one of the best raps I've ever heard.
Turn this negative erection around and begin positive reflection. New directions, resurrection of a new concept and corrupt above all this madness and redirect all this sadness and think it's yours and then take less than.
I don't know. But yes.
You know this brother right here?
The one, Brother Allen. Yeah.
Look,
Green shirt.
look.
Huh?
That boy has some hair.
Oh yeah, man. His family.
That boy has some hair.
His family was Native American.
Like that, man. He got some hair, and you got the little twist over there.
Yeah, I hadn't been too long started though.
I don't know what the man in the middle is.
He got like a Jerry curl type.
It like
Swiggy.
flap down in the front.
And it flapping down, yeah, that little cute flap. Yeah, Superman curl.
Yeah, I mean, he pulling it off. I ain't hating.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's the only one pulling it off, though.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Gerald, bro. My main brother.
Man,
Yeah, so you call him that. Oh, it ain't no boy, that's what's wrong.
We ain't real, no, we ain't there yet, but if you wanna walk, you gotta take the first step. Yeah, it's tough, but don't forget. See, dreams die hard for the people that can.
oh, he was upset that he was short.
That was,
It messed with him a little bit
that's right.
because he's about as tall as that Asian girl next to him.
That's behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
That's messed up.
that's at my shoulder.
Uh,
That can barely peek over. Hell, I don't think if he take it, mush his hair down.
I don't think he's that tall.
I don't think. Man, you know we wrong, but we gonna let it go.
We wrong, but
Yeah,
right,
because
though.
we just observing some things, man. I mean, yeah, he
Like
got
I
a little-
said, like
he
we
got a
said,
little man
we
complex.
say this in the beginning. We're your professional fans that's
Yeah,
gonna give
I mean,
you the
you know,
opinion
Hey,
nobody
don't
asked
get
for.
even, get angry.
You know, or get glad, be happy.
You
whatever
know,
you
but
wanna
man,
do.
listen, we do this
No, joke.
maliciously for fun. And the reason that we do it like that is because that's how we are. And because we're looking at now and then. That's what we tell y'all at our show name.
You literally have a before and after picture. That's funny.
Now and then. And that's what you're looking at. So
'Cause
that's
you're-
what we look like
You're
then.
behind you.
This is what
That's
we
funny.
look like. This is what we look like now. And Gerald was your age at this time.
Hmm.
If he was that old. I think he was 22, 23. Yeah, he was real young.
I'm about to
He
say,
was
man,
just,
y'all
I think
was-
he was just getting
y'all
in his
was some-
20s.
You was 30 something.
Yeah, I was about 33, 30.
See, you wasn't too.
That was a 33. I looked, hell.
I'm about to say, yeah, you looked the part.
Yeah,
He was messing with African stuff.
deep back. Those
He was running like Kenyans.
My goodness.
He was biking, running. He was in shape, boy. That's why they could sit there and do all that dancing. I don't know what y'all was doing here. Y'all wasn't doing much, man.
We didn't know what to do. This is when everybody should have been dancing. Then we just come out and he act like he's speaking Russian.
So I could say something like, "Go hammer," but no, I won't do that.
That lady did us a favor.
Appreciate you, ma'am.
Yeah, she's a
Or
really
something
sweet
like,
lady.
"Fight the power."
Now she did Shirley a favor because I mean she and her was friends.
He said,
Bye, boy. There y'all go.
Hold
The
on, I ain't
dance
gonna lie,
boys.
that's my favorite part of this whole thing.
Bye.
My favorite part of this whole thing.
Or something like fight the power.
You meant that.
I ought to put I'm gonna take a picture. I got his old picture. I got his picture what he look like now. I'm gonna throw that up there.
But you know, I'm just gonna do the right thing.
That'll be wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
So you got
That's why I'm gonna do it if I remind it. If I remember.
Looking in your eyes.
yeah, man.
So that's the end of that.
Yeah,
And
man,
I
they
must
did their
say,
thing, man. They did y'all
I
job.
think that was our first and only video that we ever did musically. And
Now, to be completely honest, that was not bad. I'm telling you, it was not bad. But what y'all, for the means of which you had, even though you had something in mind, that came out well.
only thing I can think about is Marky was this stuff. And I'm like, look, man, okay.
We might have to cut it at that one. We might have to cut it at
I
that.
ain't saying
I
that.
know, but we might have to cut it at that.
I mean,
and we running over, so we're gonna have to.
Okay,
cut
well,
it at that.
we're gonna have to go.
Hey y'all, so look, thank you for coming back to another episode. Now and then we've been
We've been your
two
host, your professional
favorite.
fan.
your
Oh
two
yeah, your
favorite
favorite
professional fans
Yeah,
that
don't forget
decided
the
to
favorite
give
part.
you our opinions that nobody ever
That
had.
nobody- You know what? That's what we're gonna start saying.
I
We
love
decided
saying
to
that
give you-
now.
We decided to give you our opinion
Opinions that
that
ain't
nobody
asked
don't
for.
want.
But it's okay, 'cause
Ain't
we're
asked
still
for
gonna
them
give
or
it.
nothing. Just give
Oh,
to you now.
man.
Take a bunch of them.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I like that. I think we should we
Yeah.
should stick with that.
So
man.
y'all see it
Y'all-
first right here.
Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, please. Click that bell. You want to be notified that we are dropping more videos because we are going to be doing so. We're going to stay as consistent as we can be.
And we're gonna start
going.
going live. And I think I know when we're gonna do it too. It's
We
gonna-
tried already, and
Well,
some
we're
things
gonna
happened.
we're gonna get it together.
with some
when we
technicals,
do, we'll
but-
let you know.
We're now and then we'll be live. We're guaranteed, not just as now and not just as then, but now and then together on this channel will be live events. We're gonna get it together, okay? So stay tuned.